There are a lot of people in this world who I question why they have a following, myself included. I haven't really thought about that question that much until it came to Cardi B. Now, Maddie B is a strong, independent black woman, doesn't need no man to tell her how to live. She's a boss-ass B-word. Sorry about the lack of swearing, I can't really say any cuss words until after the 30-second mark. After that, I can do whatever I want. So obviously today we'll be talking about Cardi B. Why? Well, she has got to be the dumbest, most obnoxious person I've ever had the misfortune of listening to. She's also done something recently that kind of annoyed me, so I thought to myself, might as well talk about how much she sucks overall, because I've yet to see a video that talks about all of her sins. Now, as usual, at these Why I Don't Like videos, we will be focusing on the content that this person has made. We will then elaborate on why this certain individual is terrible, and then lastly, we'll talk about their room temperature IQ. In this case, it'll be Celsius. Also, to all of the Cardi B fans out there, yes, I am sexist and I am racist. That is 100% the only reason why I'm talking shit about Cardi P. So grab your popcorn, grab your wet-ass pussy, and let's start this. Help me! There are some songs out there that I think to myself, wow, this is kind of shit. But at the same time, I can understand why someone might like that music. Like country. Country sounds really gross, but I can understand why people listen to it. However, and obviously I can't say the same thing about Cardi B's music. Two major complaints I have with her songs. One, they all sound the same.
Wow, acting like you don't know a number but a die. Fuck him, suck his dick. You would have been pissed. To school, I can get them both. I don't wanna choose, and I'm quick.
And two, in most of Cardi B's songs, she's not singing or even rapping. She's just talking while there's music in the background. You might think that's rapping, but at least rappers have this certain flow and delivery that goes with the music. When Cardi spews her generic-ass lyrics, it sounds like she's just speaking.
Liking pictures, not returning texts. I guess it's fine, man, I get the message. You still stutter after certain questions.
Sad to say, I think the way she speaks normally sounds more like rap than it does in her own music videos.
For less than a week, I would take up, but it's like, since I'm going to these different cities and the waters be different.
I can go on and on about how garbage her lyrics are, but honestly, I feel like that's average for a modern day rapper. Once in a while, she'll have an above average song, but most of it is just tits, ass, and money. The only song I consider good from Cardi B is her most popular one, which is the song I Like It. The beat is strong, she's actually trying. There's generic lyrics about getting money and all this shit, but at least she's not talking about her ass 24/7. But that song might have been complete crap if Cardi actually wrote it herself. Yeah, like most other music artists, she has a ghostwriter, so I can't even begin to fathom how ass her lyrics would be if she actually wrote her goddamn music. Now, there's nothing wrong with a music artist having their own ghostwriter. The issue I have is how Cardi B constantly flips on the subject. So Billboard Charts tweeted out top 100 hottest songwriters of 2018. Dipshit McGee got 7, and someone had a problem with this, basically saying that Cardi shouldn't be on this list because she doesn't write her own songs. And then this celebrity, this very thin-skinned celebrity, decided to reply, calling this random Twitter user a bitch, and claims that she does write her own music, but sometimes people help her. This not only added more fuel to the fire, but was also a big slap to the face to one of her writers who has actually contributed by actually writing full-on songs for her, named Partisan, and more people started to call her out. She responded multiple times, childishly, regarding her being carried by a ghostwriter.
So what if he wrote it or not? The fuck? I bet you motherfucking listen to it. I bet you rap that whole fucking song with your whole motherfucking heart, bitch. I bet every single motherfucking time you're fucked up, you be on some real ass bitch. Give a fuck about it. With the accent. I bet y'all do it with the accent. I bet y'all put the accent. Same group of bitches that add to the picture. I bet y'all use they accent though. You're not using Lil Yachty accent. You're using they accent.
Oh yeah, I write my own stuff, but who cares if he writes my stuff? You guys are haters. She does a little flip-flop after multiple people call her out. At first it was, oh yeah, I write my own shit, people only help me out. And then it quickly changes to, oh, who cares who writes for me? Cardi, what makes me really upset is that it takes multiple writers to create the type of music you make. That's just a little scary. Your music's fucking poop, dude. Cardi PP doesn't only just make terrible music, but she's also a terrible person. Not only is she a big old meanie like me, but she has also been involved in stuff that is straight up illegal. If I could describe Cardi's personality, it'd probably be
I do what I want, haters gonna hate us.
Like, it's fine to have this mentality if you don't want people to care what they think of you, but at the same time, don't get mad when people call you out. If you're being grotesque, if you're being rude, if you're doing something illegal, people are gonna be pissed at you. You're a public figure, you're a celebrity, people are gonna hate on you for no reason, but you give us reasons to hate you. And part of having that I don't care attitude means you don't go around and reply to every motherfucker that criticizes you. The I don't care attitude implies that you shut the hell up. For example, someone was ranting on Cardi B's husband, Offset, and instead of ignoring a random person with a baseless claim or possibly a troll, Cardi not only decides to reply to this random person like a child, but claims that she does all the hitting and shit talking. I'm just a crazy bitch, and one day I want to smack a ninja and leave the next week. I want to ride his face and get the cum rag. Yeah, be trying to analyze too much. We are just simply dysfunctional. Yeah, isn't it so funny and quirky how shitty of a person I am? Teehee, I'm such a piece of shit. So funny. Like, imagine if a man admitted this in public. We would never hear the end of it. Like, this bitch is bragging about hitting her spouse, and her fake plastic ass isn't in jail, but that isn't even the first time she's admitted to a crime. Yeah, the more notorious and infamous crime that Cardi B has committed is when she drugged and robbed a bunch of rich men. Ever since then, she hasn't backed down on her claims. In fact, she's actually tried to justify her actions.
I want to go straight. I want to go, oh yeah, you want to me? Yeah, let's go to this hotel. And I drug up and I robbed them. That's what I used to do.
Whoops, I have a past that I can't change. Wow, Cardi B, great excuse. I guess you're cleansed of your sins. The next quote's pretty funny to me. I never glorified the things I brought up because I'm not proud of it.
Oh yeah, you want to me? Yeah, let's go to this hotel. And I drug up and I robbed them. That's what I used to do.
Yeah, I'm so hard, I robbed him and drugged him. Yeah, totally not bragging. She's basically nutting over the fact that she robbed him. Do I think this is comparable to Bill Cosby? No, because he did other stuff. However, she should still serve jail time. Cardi also tried to make this a feminist issue, stating that other women are trapped in that type of environment and she did what she had to do. Oh my god, this defense is equivalent to that news story of that guy who tried to rob someone, got shot, and his sister or whatever, a family member was like, oh, how else is he supposed to afford clothes for school?
You have to understand, you have to look at it from every child's point of view that was raised in the hood. How he gonna get his money to have clothes to go to school?
I don't know what it's like to live in that type of environment. However, it's still not a good excuse to drug and rob people. The only reason Cardi B showed any remorse is because she got backlash. That is the only reason. Because at first she had this I don't care attitude and I can do whatever I want. The next example isn't as substantial as the last two, but it's still worth noting. A YouTuber named Mua Black Swan was given the opportunity to do Cardi B's makeup, and she made a video about her experience entitled it The Worst Client I Ever Had, basically reinforcing the idea that Cardi B is a rude asshole. Now I'm also an asshole, I'm a mean internet bully, but hearing how this makeup artist was treated by her even makes me kind of cringe.
I knock on the door, and then I hear her yell through the door. I don't know if she's talking to me or the person on the phone. I don't know, because she never directed the conversation. She was just like, yo, I need 10 minutes. I need 10 minutes. I'm not ready yet. I need 10 minutes. And so I'm like, is she talking to me or not? I'm going to go ahead and go. We get to the floor, and she lets us in. And me, me, the hairdresser, and the person that walked us up, we were all like, hey, how you doing? Off the bat, she does the same thing that she did the first time I met her. She barely acknowledges us. She has this grumpy attitude, and she's complaining. She at the front, she's looking at stuff. She's like, yo, why is this shit so white? And I'm like, it's setting powder. I'm letting it bake because she's going to be doing a concert, right? She's going to be sweating on her lights, right? Why would you do this? And I'm like, you said you wanted a smoky. I did what she told me to do. Yo, take off your this is what she says. Take off your fucking glasses and look at this shit. Look at this shit on my face. This shit is ugly, yo. Look at this. This is not what I wanted. Da, 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 da. This whole time, she's like ripping me into shreds on my half finished work. Not even, I would even take it if it was like finished, but like my fucking half finished work, half. She's ripping it apart. And like she's like making fun of it and all that kind of stuff, and I'm like, okay. And it just gets to the point where she's talking so bad about it. I asked her, I said, well, Cardi, what do you want me to do? I can fix it. I can fix it. And no, this is what I tell her. I say, well, Cardi, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to fix it? You want me to make it darker? You want me to make it lighter? You want me to fix it? Do you want me to go? So I say that, And that's when I get hit with, get the fuck out.
Diesel, how do you know she's telling the truth? I think Cardi's actually a nice woman. She's helping me get back into Christianity.
Well, Cardi not only replied to this woman's video, but also didn't deny the allegations and, again, made excuses for herself.
You don't know how to do your job. Somebody contact you, you come mad late, you come mad high as fuck.
I already have to stop her. There have been DMs released to show that she wasn't late. And that part about her being high doesn't really make any sense to me. I mean, why would she be high for a client that could give her a pretty decent reference and it's a celebrity? And we already proved you as a liar, so I don't want to trust you.
Then when I don't like it, I wipe my face off and I tell you to get the fuck out, leave. It's unprofessional when you go online and talk shit about it. You know what that do? That make other people not want to hire you. Facts, period. What's wrong with that? Everybody's like, that's what I hate. I hate when you become a celebrity and anybody could say something about you, but it's like, why they not saying what they did? Everybody always want to have a fucking story to tell, but they don't motherfucking say, why did it happen? Why did it happen? Why? People always want to be like, oh, Cardi was being rude, Cardi was being fucked up. I treat people with respect. First thing I do, I treat people with respect until you disrespect me. There's people that be like, Cardi called me this, Cardi called me that. Why did I? I'm not just gonna fucking violate somebody for no reason. The thing is that when I violate, I hurt people's feelings and they don't be ready. That's the problem.
It's kind of scary to think that this person thinks she's in the right. You're being a rude asshole towards someone who admires you, and then just tell her to get the fuck out. Wow, what Cardi, a queen. Oh my god, I love you, Cardi. Oh my Cardi. Jesus. Cardi B has the intelligence of a melting turd in the sun. I wouldn't mind so much if she didn't strive to be a role model for younger girls.
After Halloween, that a lot of little girls, they be looking up to me and they love me and whatever. And it's just like, I'm thinking to myself like, yo, I really need to be a better example. And I be trying to be a better example though. You know what I'm saying? Like I be trying to be like more, you know, PG-13, you know what I'm saying? Less rated R. But I be hanging out with my hood rat friends, and then they fuck me up all over again. Like, they just mess me up all over again. Like, I be trying and everything, but then these bitches be like, hey, Cardi, and I be like, ah!
Oh, did I say she wanted to be a role model for children? Yeah, I lied.
You know what I hate? I hate when people keep writing and keep talking about, like, oh, Cardi, you a bad role model, you a bad influence for kids. And it's like, first of all, I'm not going to change myself. I'm not gonna change the way I act because you expect me to be a good example for your fucking kids, bitch. Why don't you be your own kid's fucking role model?
The funny thing is, I don't disagree with that, but the problem is she keeps flip-flopping. I would much rather if Cardi just had the parents become the role models because, for one, Cardi's too stupid to be a role model, and secondly, parents should be the role models for their children. And I'm not gonna act like I'm super intelligent, I'm also dumb, I shouldn't be a role model for anyone. I'm a terrible influence, so is Cardi. You should be seeing your parents as role models, and if you don't have parents because they're dead or they're alcoholics, then I don't know, give up. Yeah, see, that's why I'm not a good role model. Cardi has also made it her goal to get into US politics. As if it wasn't a fucking joke already. During the 2020 election, Cardi B was given the opportunity to interview Joe Biden.
Oh, snap.
How you doing?
Hi, Biden. How are you?
How are you? The name's Joe.
What the fuck kind of world are we living in where the president-elect is being interviewed by Cardi B? I know Joe's had his goof and gaff moments, but at the same time, I don't think someone that high in office needs to degrade themselves by being interviewed by someone who clearly doesn't know what they're talking about.
One of the things that I admire about you is you keep talking about what I call equity, just decency, fairness.
Yeah, you're gonna be president, Joe. Might as well get used to lying. The reason I have a problem with this is that Cardi is not someone who should be interviewing a presidential candidate. I know she lived, in her own words, the hood, but that doesn't make her qualified to interview a presidential candidate. But we all know why she's actually interviewing him, because for some strange reason, people look up to Cardi, and if they see that Cardi likes Joe Biden, I guess this will make people vote for Joe Biden. And I think Cardi's too stupid to catch on because she continued to voice her political opinions. Some dude named Tommy made a post saying, "How does looting, rioting, and destroying your own community bring justice for anyone? Cardi replied saying, how does targeting, profiling, beating, and murdering black men with no consequence equal serving and protecting? Who's giving them justice and trust on cops? Mind your own business and eat your own salad. This has got to be some sort of logical fallacy because Tommy wasn't stating that wasn't an issue. She deflected that issue by stating, well, this is also an issue. Both police brutality and rioting is terrible, so I'm not sure how that's some sort of great rebuttal. Cardi then made a video following up on the subject.
So I just want to give my POV. Seeing people looting and going extremely outraged, you know, it makes me feel like, yes, finally, motherfuckers is gonna hear us now, yeah. And as much as people is so against it, at this point, I feel like I'm not against it, even though it do scare me, and I don't want anybody to get hurt.
Whatever message you're trying to get across, rioting is not the answer. Forgive me for not being able to see why killing more black people and burning down black businesses and stores is gonna help anyone, because black people have typically been the victims of these riots. And some of you might be saying, oh well, you know, Cardi said riots are okay as long as people don't get hurt. Are you fucking insane? It's a goddamn riot. People are supposed to get hurt. So advocating for that is only gonna make things worse. Cardi's only saying this because she lives in a gated community and she's safe from people possibly burning her shit down, because if someone did that, I guarantee you her opinion on this situation would automatically flip. This is the same person who freaked out when someone supposedly did her makeup wrong, and someone who constantly gets in Twitter feuds with random people. So yeah, I don't see her responding to that situation by being like, oh, it's okay, no one got hurt, I'll just buy another mansion. She would go on Twitter, bitch about it, and then people would rightfully call her a hypocrite. What separates Cardi from being like most other music artists, you know, garbage songs and rude personality, is that she advocates for rioting and she has drugged and robbed men in her past. To me, she's a criminal, and probably one of the worst people I've ever had to review. I don't know if she's the worst, but she's definitely up there. Because I have talked about pedos and animal abusers before, so I don't know if it's fair for me to call her the worst. But at the end of the day, she's still a terrible music artist and a terrible person, and she smells like poo-poo.